This computer. Share. Here. Share. Okay. So now, so we're doing number 17. It's 59% P. If you read there, 59% of the men consider themselves professional baseball fans. As a consequence, Q is 0.41 because it's 1 minus 0.59. And we select 10 men. And the first part, part A, says the probability of X equals to 8. Okay. So your problem is that you need to use this formula. So I'll just write it here. Probability of X equals to NCX P to the X Q to the N minus X. That's it, right? I'm going to put that on the board. You don't have to memorize that. I'm not going to make you memorize that formula, but I want you to know how to use it. And then now, by the way, before we continue, what values could X be in this question? 0. There you go. 0 through 10. It could be 0. It could be 1. It could be 2. Could be 3, all the way to 10. That's the random variable. The random variable here stands for exactly how many men, or, so if you pick 3, it means exactly 3 men love baseball. Because you can pick 10 men, and those 10 men, there's no guarantee that 59% of them are going to love baseball. There's no guarantee because it's a random selection of men. Not all the time do you pick them like 50-50, 59-41. It's not going to work that way. There is a probability associated with picking 10 and getting 3 of them that I like and 7 that I don't like. And that's called a binomial distribution. We do it through a binomial distribution. There's a possibility for it. So let's begin our substitution. What is X here? What is X? 8. What is N? What is X again? What is P? Raised to the what power? And then we have 0.41 raised to the 10 minus 8. So let's continue. Oh, I zoomed in. So the probability of 8 must equal, I'll just rewrite it, but I'm just going to simplify one of the powers, right? So what's 10C8? Well, okay, how do you do it with your calculator? How many of you know how to do that with your calculator? That's it? 1, 2, 3 people?
Is it that thing you showed us?
Yes, that's the thing I showed you guys. See if you can do it. Make sure you know how to get that number now. The number is 45. 45 times 0.59 to the 8 times 0.41 squared. Well, just a 10C8. The combination. That what I want you to see if you can get this. If you can't get that, if you don't know how to get that, then you can't do the question.
So you put in the numbers?
Prob, yeah. 10. Wait, first 10. Prob. Click the C, equals. Equals. And 8. Now and press equals. There.
What was the number?
The number, okay, so in your case, I think you had a TI. So you have to put 10 first, and then press second 8, and then press 8 equals. The second 8 takes care of the C. Got it?
Oh.
So 10C, and because you, yes. You don't have to put 8 twice. You put it once. First, put the 10. Oh, I see what you're saying. Because it's, when you press second, you're not pressing 8. You're pressing the little thing in yellow or orange on top of the button. Does that make sense? And it happens to be, in this case, 8. So you put 10. Then you press prob. Then you press NCR. That takes care of the C. And then you put 8. 2. Guys, make sure Now that's it. Yes, ma'am.
How can you get a power other than 2?
So say 7 raised to 6.
Which one is it?
Yep. Anybody else? Yes. So 10. Now you need to get the C second. And look at the C's right there with 8. So press 8. And now press 3. Wait, I didn't see. Press equal.
Yeah.
I messed you up. 10, second, 8, and then 8 because the other is 8. Now press equals. You should get 45. Got it? Okay, so press 10. Press PRB, prob. Go to C, NCR. Just go scroll to the right. Press equals. Now put 8. Press equal. Got it?
Yeah, thank you.
Christian, you good? Huh? 8. Then press 8 again because the other one's 8. Equals. Anybody else need help? Now, if you don't have your calculator, then, well, if you don't have that button, how would you do this if you don't have the button? So just to let you know, let me make a little bubble here. And then I'm gonna make an arrow here. So 10C8. Remember, NCX equals n factorial divided by n minus x factorial times x factorial. This is a combination. That's 10 factorial divided by 10 minus 8 factorial times 8 factorial. That's 10 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 8 factorial. That's 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, all divided by 2 times 1 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. This will cause cancellation of this, and it's going to be basically 10 times 9 divided by 2 times 1, which is 90 divided by 2, which is 45. So you could do it by hand, but it's like, okay, for what? Bring your calculator. Because I think some of you guys don't know your timetables. Okay. So now all that's left to do is take 45 times 0.59 to the 8th power times 0.41. Does everybody know how to raise any base to an exponent other than 2 on your calculator? Does everybody know how to raise it to the 8th power? All right, if you have a question, please ask. Now, I'm going to go ahead and compute on my calculator. You can compare your calculation to mine. So let me bring out my really absent calculator that I must have lost, or where the hell did I put it? No. Oh my gosh, I would, yeah, this is gone. No, this is the keyboard. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I just forget. And then I start thinking it's kids stole it. And I'm sorry, but you know what's funny in this time? Nobody appeared in my mind that would have been a thief. Yes. Okay. So if you look at the original formula, you know how this is 8, right? Because x is 8, right? Look at the formula. P to the x is, so what's x? That's how you get it. It's whatever appears here, which appears here, which appears there. Or whatever x is. Huh? The question said, what's the probability that you find exactly 8 men who consider themselves baseball fans? By the way, the Super Bowl is this weekend, isn't it? I'm going to make sure I work out a lot to be able to like do what I need to do during the Super Bowl, which is eat. and watch the game. You know, the truth is, I don't know who's playing. The Rams sing? Okay. Yes. Yeah, you got the same answer I got. All right, guys, that's the answer I got. If I were doing this on a test, I would probably just do 3 decimal places. Yes. I'll show you. So, we already have 2 lectures on there. I'll put the 3rd one up there after we're done. So let's say you're gonna do 45 times 0.59, and you do this. Huh?
You're gonna do
Then you
the
put to the 8th power equals, and then you multiply times 0.41
All right,
to the
so
second.
why didn't everybody
Good.
just air it out to the content?
Now, if you're shy, do it separately and write down the numbers.
You got videos on this or something?
I have 3 videos, so go on Teams and pay attention. Come on, life is not about cars. Okay, so in this calculator is easy. You do 45 times 0.59 raised to the 8th times 0.41 raised to the 2nd. Boom. Got it? Look, guys, I'm pretending to be a teacher. Are you pretending to be a student? Yes. Robert, you have a question? Okay, I thought it was a question about math. All right, go. Yeah, go. Do what you gotta do.
To the 8, like,
Raise to the 8th. That guy, caret.
oh, that's it.
That's called a caret, yeah. Now you can do it all in one step. 45 times 0.59 to the 8th
Oh,
times
okay.
0.41 to the 2nd. Any questions before we proceed? By the way, if you know how to do this one, you're gonna be able to do the next one. Okay, so let's go to the question. Find the probability a number who considers themselves baseball fan is at least 8. So when you do this experiment, yeah, part B. Part B says this. What's the probability of at least 8? Notice that it says greater or equal to, because at least 8 means 8 or more. Now, how big is n here? N is 10. So that means you're going to have to take the probability of 8 plus a probability of 9 plus a probability of 10. You got to do all 3 of them now. And so that means, here we go. Well, we already did in question A, you did 8. But let me go ahead and just pasar trabajo.
Can we use the rounded answer for 8?
Okay, I would not recommend using rounded answers because it's not a good idea.
So when we answer part 8, we use the entire number instead of.
You can, yeah, for this part, yes.
Okay.
Or as accurate as can be, because you can round it to 0.11, but it's better that you just round at the end. Yes. Because it says at least 8. It isn't equal to 8, it's at least 8. Very important. So if that's true, when this turns over, we have 10C8.59 to the 8 times 0.41 to the 2nd plus 10C9.59 to the 9th, 0.41 to the 1st plus 10C10.59 to the 10th times 0.41 to the 0. Some people make a mistake when they get here and they think that this come, yes. Well, the question said at least 8.
So you gotta write that down.
No, not 8 times. At least 8 means the probability of 8 plus the probability of 9 plus the probability of 10. Those are the 3 possibilities that are at least 8.
Solve that. Also, you do the same thing. You just
Yes, in this case, the X. Their underwear? I don't think I can use that as an eraser. I don't know. I'm comfortable with that one. Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
If it's less than 8, why do you put 9 and 10? Isn't that?
It's not less than, it's at least.
Yeah, but isn't 9 higher?
Yes, if I give you at least $10, I'm gonna give you 10 or more. Look, it's greater than or equal to. Greater than or equal to. So, yeah. What's greater than or equal to 8? Anything that's equal to 8 or bigger. Right? And so in this case, we got 8, 9, and 10. You see it? Okay, if it's less than 8, then it'd be 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. All right, so guys, go ahead and see if you can do this. Compute it. Use your calculators. Huh?
C is like incredibly long.
Which C?
C.
Oh, the last one, because they do. Oh, but I want to teach you something now about how to do C, which I think you'll like, but maybe not. It's a shortcut. It's a very easy shortcut that you know, but you didn't think of it. But you might have if you can think of it now. Oh, Emily's here. Okay, so we know that the first one comes out to be 0.11107. What's 10C9, by the way? Okay, so 10C9 comes out to 10 times 0.59 to the 9th power times 0.41. Yes, it is 10. It is 10. And I did it wrong. Give me 1 second. I put 106 instead of 10. How did that happen? Guys, I'm starving. I'm really starving right now. It's hurting. All right, so you got 0.03, right? Something? And the next one, what do you get? The last one is? Mm-hmm. Did you get that, what I got? What are you confused about?
I didn't get like I get the 10C8 and stuff. Like I know how to do that, but the 0.59 and the 0.41
With the calculator? What do you mean you don't get about it?
like you multiply those.
Yeah. Yes, the 0.59. So you look, you get 10C8, whatever that is. That's 45 times 0.59 to the 8th times 0.41 to the 2nd. Now I got that the probability of X at least 8. When you add all these up, yes.
Is that an 8 next to the point?
No.
This one? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the probability of at least 8 is this. Is this what you guys got? Yes. Let's see. All right. So you went 10, second this, and then you put 9 per equal.
Why do we do? Oh, yeah.
Got it?
So no matter what, like I have to put 8 first.
Yeah, it was second 8.
Okay.
Second 8.
Okay, so 1,000. Okay, the first answer. Like, why would I try to round it all? Like, do I have
You don't have to write it all, but here's the thing.
No, I mean like round it all.
You can round it off, but you should just write whatever your calculator says, like at least to 5 decimal places. So you're not rounding prematurely. And at the end, you can round. Just, what happens is if you start getting, in this case, it's not so bad because you're just adding stuff, but when you're multiplying and you round, like this can happen to somebody who doesn't know how to use a calculator and like just is fearful of multiplying everything together. Like for instance, if you do 0.59 and you raise it to the 8th and you round that, and then you multiply it times 0.41 raised to the 2nd and you round that. And so now you're multiplying 2 rounded numbers. times the 10C8. And then you do that for all three of the numbers. You do that over again. You've rounded a bazillion times. And then on top of that, you round at the end again. So
What I meant is like, I don't want to, almost like, I don't have a 7, but I got.
that's fine. That's fine. You can do that. What happened?
I keep, like, I tried like doing this or whatever, like, I would do it like all together, right? And then
Yeah.
it would give me like this fat ass, like 5 point something number. So I did this, like just 59 raised to the 10th or whatever, like 0.59 raised to the 10th. And it still gives me the same fat ass number, and that's not the answer.
Oh, well, it is the answer. But okay, so guys, let me go ahead. Victoria, tell me what you got, what your calculator said for this answer. I'll do it in rainbow. 5 point what?
5.1111.67533, and then it's just like, I don't know what this means.
10 to the what?
Third,
Negative third.
negative.
Okay, this means this is scientific notation. So here's what it's telling you to do. It's saying it's that number to the 10 to the negative third, which means you move this decimal over 1, 2, 3. You can erase this now. Erase that. And now your answer looks like mine's. Scientific notation. When you see the negative 3, that means you move that decimal to the left 3 times. Got it?
Okay.
With the 8 right there, is 0.59 times. Like, it's not going right.
What do you mean? Which one? The one that has the 8?
Yeah.
Well, you're stuck on 8? All right, so 0.59 raised to the 8. Well, you have your calculator?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it together. Look, watch. I'm gonna do it. All right, so you go 45. You know that's that part. Times
Yeah.
0.59 raised to the 8 equals times 0.41 squared. I'm gonna do raised to the second, just so you, and you get the answer I got.
Oh, okay.
You get it?
Yeah. So we rounded to.
Yeah, well, I rounded it that way. Try to have a few decimal places like 4, 5, or 6, you know.
We round to the nearest, like what?
It's up to you, but I wouldn't be rounding early on. I'll keep it in the memory of the calculator if I could. Your calculator's not very good. So just go 4 or 5 decimal places for now.
In the test, we get like that type of answer, what do we round it to? So it would be correct.
4, 5, or 6. At the end, you're gonna be fine because you're not over rounding. All right, so any other questions, guys? Because if I'm hungry right now. It's like pulling teeth for you guys, huh? Unfortunately, I need something that has protein and expired pineapple. All right, let's do C. Look what C says. So C says less than 8. So this is what Yanni was talking about. All right. So C, it says, what's the probability of less than 8? So I'll do this in red ink. So the probability of X being less than 8. Can somebody tell me what numbers I have to add? I have to do what? Probability of 0 plus the probability of, 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 plus the probability of. That's a lot, isn't it? No, because it's less than 8. The probability of less than 8. So you have to do this 8 times. You have to do all of these, right? What answer did you get, by the way?
2.70.
Okay, so remember, if you got something that's bigger than 1, you did something wrong.
Really?
Yes. So remember, probabilities.
It has to equal.
Well, if you add them all up, it equals to 1. But if in between, they have to add the 0 and 1. And obviously, if you're getting something more than 1, that means you made a mistake. And that's the danger of doing all that. But look, guys, you just told me something. You told me that if we added, guys, pay attention, this is very important. If we did this correctly, we did the probability of 0 plus the probability of 1 plus the probability of 2, all the way to 8. All right? It has to add up to 1. So if you want to figure out the probabilities of 0 through 7 added up, but you've already done 8 9, and 10, you have that answer from section B. Wouldn't it be that this probability is just 1 minus a probability of at least 8? Wouldn't C be the, do you see that? Look, you already did 8, 9, and 10. But you know that from 0 all the way to 10, if you added all that up, you would get 1. But you already know 8, 9, and 10. So if you take 1 and subtract this, you get the answer to that. And you, it's, well, yeah. And you wouldn't have to go, look, she went through all this torture. She went through all this torture, copying all of it. And then she got it wrong. Because you can mess up, because there's so many of them. But if you figure out the one before and you show that, yes, Yanni. Okay, this section was set up that way. This question was set up that way. It is. Yes, I'm not gonna fool you guys. All you have to do is be careful that day and not make dumb mistakes. Like if you know what you're doing, because I could tell, don't make mistakes on test day, please. Take your time, check your answers. All right. Yes.
I understand that the last one is 1 minus 6, but this is only 4 decimal places, and this is 5. Right? Does it have to be like the same exact amount? of
No, it
decimal
doesn't have
places?
to be, but play with it.
All right.
All right, guys. So are we clear? Are you sure we're clear? Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, any other questions? Now, I should, this is not a great question for this, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. I'm gonna put this right now on YouTube for all the classes on YouTube. On Teams, well, I'll put it on YouTube and then I'll put it on Teams, the link, and it'll be there. Those of you who wanna do well on this quiz, remember, I'm not only gonna make this quiz assessment heavier than the last one, I'm also gonna give you extra credit if you get an A or a B. So if you get a C, you don't get it. If you get an A or B on this quiz, you'll also get extra credit. Yes. It's next class. And you're not gonna be able to cheat because I'm gonna watch you guys. I know, but what I'm saying is, yes. Well, it's on YouTube and on Teams. But you can watch it if you have time. Okay. You have too much time? Yes.
I will wait for